So we had a really cool lunch today at our collective company. So Align Space, the co-working space, our consulting practice, and our investment banking group. We all got together, and I gave everyone an assignment. They had to reread The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. It's such a classic. It is an all-time must-read. And for some of our group, it was the first time they'd ever read the book. They're in their early 20s. They hadn't really been exposed to it. Serendipity intervened, and there was a 20-year-old entrepreneur that happened to be visiting our co-working space. I invited him in for the discussion, and I just love the work that Michael Gerber did around this idea of predictability and consistency in the employee experience, the customer experience. Many of us, in fact, maybe most of us, have read The E-Myth, but it's always great to go back and read it again. I've probably read it a dozen times or so, and it's such a great parable for what we do every day. And again, like I always say, you can take bits and pieces. You don't have to take it in its totality. But if you haven't read The E-Myth in a while, I challenge every one of you to go back. If you've never read it, it's a must. But if you've read it before but you haven't read it in a while, I challenge you to go back, reread The E-Myth, and let's get an amazingly robust discussion going about the stuff in it that's still applicable, some of the stuff in it that maybe is a little bit dated, this idea that you need mediocre people. We had a great debate at lunch. Do you need mediocre people running amazing systems, or can you level the business up by having above average people running amazing systems? So we had lots of good debate about it. I relived some of our past of Appletree when we used The E-Myth kind of as our guide to build Appletree. It was really the first business book that ever made a deep impact on me, and I had all of our team read it back then, and it was like a walk down memory lane. So love Michael Gerber, love The E-Myth, and if you hate it, you can write in and tell me that too. Some people out there despise it; they think it's terrible, but I think for the lower middle market and for emerging growth companies, one of the most important books ever written, and it was really cool to go back and relive it today.